The 12 to 100 versus the 12 to 200. What's the better buy? Welcome to EveryPhotoPro. I actually was commented about the fact that I just made a video stating that the 12 to 100 is the best Swiss Army lens that's out there, that nobody makes a better lens than this. And then the elephant got thrown into the room because OM System does actually have a hold my beer, which is the 12 to 200. Well, I need to bring up something though. That is a variable lens system that's out there that's $500 cheaper than this particular one. So you get an extra 100 millimeters on top of that, and honestly, a lens that's actually a little smaller than this one, but just a smidgen smaller. And the only thing that is going to be a little majorly different, in my opinion, is the fact that it's not a pro lens, which makes a few things a little bit different overall. But. Let's play the game. You have a lens that has the ability to go from 24 to 400 considering the crop factor. Nikkor, yet again, plays the game, and they have a 28 400, and it's similarly priced. Actually, it's more expensive, just a bit, because I believe I just saw that the 12 200, you can get it for $9.99 on Amazon right now. So not an expensive lens for what it can do. I mean, literally 12 to 200. All the lenses can fit inside of that system, considering the fact that it has that variable aperture. So why get into the 12-100? What does the 12-100 have with the $500 more that you're going to be spending for it? And that is where the question comes into play. And would you consider it, considering the fact that you're going to lose 100 millimeters out of it? Because that forces you to purchase yet another lens going into the hole. Because here you see the 40-150 with the 1.4 TC, so more expenses. That one lens does everything these two lenses does combined. What it doesn't do is that because it's not pro, it doesn't have a certain feature that I want more than anything, which I know it's kind of weak sauce, but it is important to me. And that is, I like the weather sealing. You have to understand that the OM1, the OM5 are weather sealed bodies. And when my prior system, my mule of a lens, my 24L with my Canon, which is not a weather sealed setup, I remember putting the darn bags all around there, wrapping it and making sure that it wouldn't get wet. Because if anyone's ever dealt with fungus before, the other aspects that come into play is that I already knew at the time I was still using my OMD, but I was already looking into the OM5 and I was looking at the OM1, 2, and 1. And the only truth is that it came down to the fact that I wanted to have all those computational features that comes with using this lens. And the Pro, of course, pumps out some other nice little extras. It has that little IS inside of there, which works with the IBIS that's already inside of the system, so it makes it even more stable, which is a big deal because I just got into birding. And stupid me, I like the small birds. I like the miniature missiles. And so with this lens being faster, it enables for me to use the computational power of the OM1 at the 50 frames. Because on SH2, you have to have Pro to make that work. The 12 to 200 doesn't allow for that. But if none of that matters, if you don't need the speed of, that fast shutter, then honestly, the 12 to 200 is the right lens to choose from. The variable aperture factor, who cares? With today's denoising technology, that doesn't matter very much anymore. And to be honest, you knew what you were getting into, but getting one super lens that takes care of doing everything that two lenses can basically do, and then some, it's not a very hard choice to be made. I highly agree that anyone who really wants to go for the value, you will not be disappointed with that particular lens. And if you want to, we'll continue to keep it into the comments and converse. But for the one individual who does actually and has purchased the 12 to 100, even though they had that 12 to 200, I would very much like to know your review, because you do actually have both lenses now. Take a picture, one and keep going around. It would be a little bit cumbersome, but it would be really interesting. And, you know, judging by the name of you, I'm not going to call you out. I have a feeling that you wouldn't mind doing it. So I would be really curious to see the difference between using one lens over the other with the limited amount of change or editing. So that way we can see if it's true. Does it come out better than the other lens? All right. Welcome to EveryPhotoPro. Don't forget to subscribe, please. Papa's got to pay for some stuff for his little girl. More importantly, though, if there's anything that comes into play, have any questions, throw it out into the comments. Thank you much.